Hi and welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday the 10th of January 2022. So there seems to be some hope here, according to the media. Dollar death cross looms as rate cut hopes soar ahead of Powell's speech, and that's today. Very odd, I have to say. I mean, they've already said that they're not going to cut rates in 2023. I mean, never believe anything they say, of course. But wow, that seems an odd one. No wonder the markets have been moving higher. Stocks relinquish gains despite further dovish Fed pricing. So there's obviously something going on behind the scenes here. US stocks finished mixed despite further dovish Fed repricing as well. US stocks finished mixed after spending most of the session fading initial gains, meaning that they fell after the initial move to the upside. Economic news today, we've got, as I said, Powell is speaking at 2 p.m, so the market's likely to wait for him this morning. So let's have a look at the markets and see what they did during yesterday. So kicking off with the US dollar there, you can see the market rallied up towards the 62% retracement, and then as it said in the headline there, faded the gains and the market moved lower. Overnight prices sideways, trying to make their way back. So in the 30-minute chart, you can see there yesterday the market continuing to move to the upside from the close of Friday all the way up to the R1 there, isn't it? Let me just have a look. Yeah, the R1 of 33,923. So getting close to that 34,000 level for the Dow yesterday. But unfortunately, the market then reversed and moved lower. So good range to the downside and down to the overnight there of 520 points, which leaves the market free to make that back up today and head back up depending on what Powell says. Market's currently trying to get back above yesterday's low and the 20 bar moving average at the moment as well in the 30-minute chart. In the German DAX, another update for the DAX. Didn't sell off as much as the Dow either, and you can see this, even despite a bit of selling, we're overbought. But nonetheless, you can see that the low overnight is nowhere near the low of yesterday. So again, bullish for the DAX. Very strong at the moment, but not as strong as the FTSE. 30-minute chart of the DAX, you can see yesterday we had a bit of weakness. We went down just below the close. Market traded sideways, consolidated, big volume bar stopping the market moving lower. Then the volume tapered off, and then we just went straight back up by 100, just under 200 points there. Before the DAX followed the Dow down, but didn't go back below the recent or the day's low like the Dow did. And you can see there finding support already way above the low of yesterday already as well. So sitting at the close at the moment and above the 20 bar moving average there. In the 5 minutes, you can see the action overnight there. We've had a couple of shakeouts there and there, but the market's been brought back again, still showing some strength despite the evening weakness. But during the day, as you can see, it was a messy morning yesterday. For the first couple of hours, the market just sat in a range and then eventually broke out, moving up that couple of 100 points until the Dow decided to fade the gains. And the market moving lower there. In the S&P, same as the Dow, market trading up to the 50% fib, unlike the Dow which traded up to 62. The market stopping at this level and then coming back, and already, as we've seen with the Dow, sitting at yesterday's low, desperate to try and get above this. But yesterday, the market sideways, finding support, then breaking out eventually to the upside, then fading the gains down to the low of yesterday, and the market now in this area. In the FTSE 100, again, you can see it's a lot stronger. Market continuing to move to the upside, despite the fact that we did come off the highs yesterday. And in the 30-minute chart, you'll see that we had that initial selling. The market then putting in a retracement at the DP before then moving back up to Friday's high and then moving all the way down overnight. So a bit of weakness there, but you can see the stopping volume there. Market, huge volume bar, and already above yesterday's low. It needs to take out the 50 EMA and the DP in order to move higher. And in the GBP JPY, you can see the market's still sideways, probably waiting for Powell today. Choppy session yesterday after moving back up. You can see there the market in a bit of a range, down overnight, but nowhere near the low of Monday. So yeah, I would say that the markets are waiting for Powell. Meanwhile, the pound moving back to the upside, above the 20-bar moving average, but down on the overnight there. So the dollar must be up, which we'll look at in just a moment. And in the 30-minute chart, having moved up on Friday and Monday, bit of a pullback there during yesterday. The market then moved higher when the dollar index opened and moved lower. The pound in the 30-minute chart is currently sitting on the DP, so a midway between yesterday's range. It's up to the market what it's going to do, but I suspect it's going to wait for Powell to speak. And in the dollar, you can see yesterday that we were down once more, and overnight the dollar starting to gain a bit of ground there. Let's just have a look at a 30-minute chart just to see what we've got here. I'll just spread this out a bit. So yeah, yesterday we see the market moving lower on, well, that's Friday, and then yesterday, and then overnight we're starting to see a bit of a bounce in the dollar, which is why the pound is down there. Right, let's have a look at the metals. And silver at the moment starting to make lower highs each time it attempts to move up. So I'm expecting this market to sell off a bit. To be honest with you, it's due for a bit of a correction. The dollar's due for a bit of a bounce. And there you can see in the 30-minute chart, once we got through lunchtime yesterday, the market's been moving down overnight as well and struggling with yesterday's low already as well. In the gold market, as it continues to move a lot stronger than silver at the moment. That despite that, you can see there's been a bit of a pullback there, but not below yesterday's low, so showing a bit more strength. And that is reflected in the gold-silver ratio, which you can see there where it is starting to move back to the upside, which indicates that silver hasn't got the same level of strength as gold has at the moment. So there we go. So the big one today, I suppose, is Powell 2 p.m. The news is dominated by this yesterday, as was the fade of the gains. So we'll just have to wait and see what he has to say at 2 p.m. And depends how long he's going to actually speak for as well. What's he actually doing? Oh, he's due to participate in a panel discussion titled Central Bank Independence and the Mandate. Oh, God, that's tedious, isn't it? Anyway, he's talking at 2 p.m. So the market will then make its decisions and a direction from what he has to say at 2 p.m. Okay, that's it for this one. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.